Simply persist in what you wish to experience, and you will experience it. Now, I'm not asking you, when persisting, to do some crazy ritual day in and day out. All I am asking of you is to show up for yourself consistently each and every day, doing the best you can. Now, persistence and to be able to persist correctly simply means to do what you can to create the dominant state of being, doing, or having what you desire where necessary. You are human. You might be new to your journey, you might be far into it, but that doesn't matter. You are still human, and you will still have the odd doubt, the odd fear, the odd query, the odd angry moment at your specific person or at the jobs that you haven't got or whatever. This is normal. This is being human. But as long as within your persisting, you are more dominantly aligned to being, doing, or having that which you desire over these doubts, angers, fears, anxieties, and so on, you will still manifest it. I have not once in any of my manifestations been perfect. When manifesting Katie, I had doubts. When manifesting success in my business, I had anxious months. When working on my self-concept, I had moments when I was really disappointed with who I was at the time and what I'd done in the past and so on. And yet I'm still here with everything I could want. So don't think that when you're told to persist, this means be perfect. They are not the same thing whatsoever. Persisting just means, where possible, do what you can to enter the state of already being, doing, or having what you desire. Obviously, I recommend having a routine because that helps keep you sort of aligned a little bit and in line a bit more. If you wake up and do some work, and if you do some work prior to sleep, you can take comfort in knowing, cool, I've done some work then, I've done some work in the evening, I've moved the needle in my favor a little bit. Now all I need to do is just keep an eye on myself during the day. And if you can couple that with getting on with your life and manifesting when it naturally comes to mind, then you're going to be continuing to move that needle and very minimally moving a destructive one. So within this process, because it's your dominant state that manifests, and dominancy isn't based on, I thought negatively for 6 months, therefore I have to think positively for 6 months to finally make some progress. Instead, it's, I thought negatively for 6 months, but from this moment forward, I'm making that commitment to the new story. That's what your subconscious mind is going to start building off of, because those are the stories that it holds as true. The 6 months that you were thinking negatively, your subconscious mind doesn't even understand as a chronological linear 6 months, because past, present, and future are separate entities to it. Are not separate entities to it. So it doesn't see that 6 months as, you did it for 6 months. It just saw that for each moment you were doing it during that 6 months is another moment you're thinking negatively now. But if from this moment you decide, I'm only thinking positively, or doing the best you can to think positively, and you're going forward with that, then it's just going to go, this moment now I'm thinking positive, this moment now I'm thinking positive, and so on and so forth. So within your persistence, drop the idea of perfection. Drop the fear that you need to be perfect to manifest. And just do what you can. Do some manifestation work in the morning. Do some manifestation work in the evening. Start the day right, end the day right, and kind of set that standard for yourself. Then as you go through your day, live life to the fullest of your ability until you have time to do manifestation work and want to, or until your mind naturally brings your desire to mind, whether it's through negative or positive lens, and just ensure that you end that moment in a favorable way. And at the end of each day, sit with yourself and go, how was I today? If I could put a rough percentage on my state, was I 60% in the end state, 40% in the undesired state? If the answer is yes, that's still dominant, that's still good. But what could we do to improve that 40% to lessen it to 30, so we are 70% in the end state, for example? Sit with yourself each day and have a little personal inventory. Are there particular things that I've noticed are triggering that I could find a way to overcome before they've even come up, for example? Have I noticed that once I get spiraling, I just indulge in it? Is there a way that I could resolve those spirals a little bit sooner? And you work with yourself and you find the answers to what you could do better day in and day out, so that the next day you could be 61-39, and then the next day 62-38, and then the next day 63-37, for example, and you just improve day by day by day until you, well, manifest what you want, really. And that's true persisting. That's all I've ever done. I've never forced myself, well, I have for the purposes of trying, but it's not what I do. But I don't force myself to do millions of affirmations over and over and over and over and over and over and over again just to persist. Persisting just means entering the state of being, doing, or having what you desire more dominantly than you allow yourself to be in the state of not doing, not having, and not being what you desire. If you can make those improvements day by day by just catching spirals quicker, or yeah, sometimes it does include upping the good work that you're doing if you're not quite doing enough. That can be part of it. But if you can find what you're lacking or what's making your percentage not tip in your favor, then you can find the way for you to persist correctly. Because there's people that I work with that they do thousands of affirmations each day, but then they do thousands of negative thinking as well and out counter themselves. If they just lessen some of that negative thinking and worked through it through various means, the thousands of affirmations that they're currently doing will begin to become dominant, so they don't have to up the work, for example. So within your process right now, each day, ask yourself, what was my rough percentage today? What roughly was I in? Was I 70% good state, 60%? Maybe today was terrible and I was 40% in the good state. What could I do to improve that in a way that will help me be more natural in that end state? Because if you feel like upping the work you're doing is only going to burn you out, then I wouldn't suggest it. But if you think, actually, maybe I could focus on doing some deep breathing prior to the spirals going on too long, then that will help you. And that's what persistence truly is. It's showing up for yourself each and every time it is necessary and doing the best you can. You can aim for perfection, but you don't need to. So I wouldn't stress yourself out. A little bit of something is a lot better than a whole lot of nothing. So do a little bit each day to improve yourself, and that's truly persisting. That will truly get you to where you want to be, where your self-concept is up to scratch, you've got your person, you've got your money, you've got your process locked down, so that no matter what you want going forward, you know, great, this is how I work. And that will get you what you desire. But I really hope this video has helped. If it has, drop me a like and a comment. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and be sure to click that bell icon. Grab my new 21-day Manifest Your SP course, which is linked on my website, which is linked down below. Join the academy, join the membership, sign up for coaching. Do whatever you need to do to help you get these improvements in place so you can finally persist correctly. So thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.